Alright, hello everybody. My name's Aaron. I am playing today a Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask Ranch crossover randomizer. This is fairly new. I have posted some videos, but they did not have any video or audio of me. Got some feedback saying that that was kind of necessary, so here we are. Let's see how this goes. So as you can see, I do have a tracker up on the right side of the screen, just so we can keep track of all of the items we're collecting. We'll go ahead and get started. So the way I have this set up, don't believe I have any starting items or songs. Yep. So everything we'll have to get. Start off here with a couple of chests in this tree, which anybody who's ever played a randomizer knows first place you go. Alright, got our Bloopy. Another Bloopy. Nice. Oh, there we go, something. Some people don't bother collecting the heart pieces and stuff if they know that that's what they are, but personally, I'd rather not die, so. Okay, let's see what the sword chest gets us. Great Bay Ferry. Those are here. Because this randomizer is more or less in its infancy, we don't have things like shop sanity or cow sanity or scrub sanity. So luckily, I'll go in here and buy myself a shield. Since we don't have a sword yet, it'd be a good idea to go ahead and grab a couple of Deku sticks. Which unfortunately means we're going to have a little bit of some rupee gathering here. Great. Okay. So luckily there's a couple of freebie checks in here. Unfortunately we won't be able to make any progress, really, because we don't have a slingshot. But that's okay. Just starting up. This is why we bought the shield. Of course, I missed my roll. No big deal, he comes to us. Alright, because we don't have the slingshot, we want to avoid this guy here. Otherwise, we'll get trapped in the room. And that's no fun. Okay, there are a couple more checks we can get in here before we take off and start exploring. So far, this is going well. Luckily, one thing we do have is Skull Sanity. And I don't seem to have a spot on my tracker for those Skulltulas, but we should be able to get all kinds of items out of the Skulltulas other than just Skulltula tokens. Likewise, Skulltula tokens will be in chests or various overworld spots. Oh, vanilla. Okay. Well, that's all we can do in the Deku Tree for now. So, let's head off into the field. Okay, the Waterfall Ferry. There are 15 ferries for each of the temples in Majora's Mask. We are just kind of getting as many of those as we can. Of things we can do in Kakariko. We can get one thing out of Castletown right now, more if we had some money. Let's just see what we can get here. attacks. Now, on the seed generator, they've got a couple of spots here for different tricks that you can do to kind of get past some of the progression stuff. So normally, you need to wait till you're an adult here and use a hook shot to get up to this guy. But we don't. So we just got bonus song for Majora's Mask. Some rupees. Let's see. Fisherman's Game gives the red rupee. Don't need that. So that's something we can skip. Let's see what kind of rewards we'll get for Skulltula hunting. See what's worth it and what's not. These 10 and 20 are kind of meh. If you're going for 100% run, that's not too bad. Very big. We may or may not need those stray berries. Better to assume that you do, unless you're looking at the spoiler log. That, unfortunately, we'll probably want. So, looks like we're going to be Skulltula hunting most of the way through this run. Okay, and I think for daytime, that's all I can do in here. Next stop should probably be Castletown. A couple little checks we can do in there. Assuming I've got some time here, I might farm up some rupees. In fact, I think I'll just go ahead and do that. Oh, great job. Okay. We may not even make it into the town. Yeah, we're not going to make it there. But that's okay. We can do a couple of things over here at Lon-Lon Ranch at night. A couple of Skulltulas and the cow farm, or not cow farm, but the storehouse in the back. And I guess we could also have gone back to Kakariko. So unfortunately, with no weapon and no Deku sticks, our only means of attack right now is pots. Hopefully, the pots god is kind, or my skill is up to par, and we don't have to make multiple attempts at these. come back for him later. That looks like it was worth it. Next up, make our way over to the Gerudo area. Canyon, anyway. And hopefully, with one cycle, get a couple of different items over there. Oh, thank goodness. Alright. Sometimes the cuckoo likes to kind of get away from you and jump back, do this all over again. But today, we were lucky. We may have all of the Woodfall fairies before we ever make it to Woodfall. Okay, next stop, Grotto. Oh, that's gonna be disappointing. We'll get the Song of Soaring until we can get into the Snowhead Temple. So it's gonna be a lot of walking around in Majora's Mask for a while. Now, I don't actually know if this is any faster or not, but we will be hitching a ride back to the castle using an owl over here rather than walking all the way across the field in reverse. Normally, I'd gather up a few more rupees and go and do the fishing game, but we just found out that that's only going to get us 20 rupees back, so... And not even for this game, so not exactly worth it. Okay. Oh, didn't get my roll out, so I only got 20 rupees instead of 40, but that's okay. That should allow us to do the slingshot minigame. That makes me think that maybe the Great Fairy rewards, or at least the Woodfall one, is probably important. That doesn't look like an egg. Okay, let's see how our controller is gonna cooperate with us today. Not great so far. First try. Okay. Just for giggles, let's see a couple things on Majora's Mask side. Technically, you shouldn't be coming here until you have the Ocarina of Time and the Song of Time, but we're brave. Ooh, sword. That was the wrong sword. Mom shoes. This might be worth it if they're for Ocarina of Time, but we'll take a look at that later. Oh. That was not the course I wanted to select. Oop. Shadow Medallion. Always a good idea to save the game periodically. I had a couple of runs where things crash, and I had to go back and do all sorts of stuff, and it's just not fun. Nuts. It could be useful. Parkour. Hey! Oh, don't have anything on the tracker for that. But that gives me another check to get, so that's good. Maybe we'll get something useful for Ocarina of Time, like a bomb, or a sword, or literally anything would be nice. Oh, probably should have put that money away since we're gonna get some down here. That's okay. There's plenty of opportunities to get money later. Oh, let's hope we can go that poorly later. Ouch. God, for those invincibility frames. Ooh. There we go. Did I do this? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Rupees. Okay, let's see. Yes. Let's try that again. I will not make everyone suffer through a P-hat fight with the Kokiri sword. So we'll hold off on that, but a couple more things we can do out here. We'll get all through all the rupees here before the next episode, so maybe we won't see any more after that. Save real quick. Just realized there was a Clock Town check we could have done. Checking the reservation, but there will be other days. Just holding on to the remains of a monster, are you, lady? Alright, we got at least another grotto we can check, and then the guy in the laundry area at night. And if we don't see anything there, then we'll head back to Ocarina of Time because we're pretty much out of options anyway. Well, we won't be hurting for rupees in Ocarina of Time for a little bit, unless I go and buy a bunch of Deku Sticks. Alright, back to Ocarina of Time we go. Luckily, one thing we do have is all kinds of items. But worrying until we can get into the of time, and